YouTube. It's me, Activiz, back with a brand new video. So this is a bit of a unfiltered NSFW video. Definitely watch this one with earphones on. Definitely watch this one with earphones in. Don't watch this in public. If you are in public, earphones. If you have people who live with you, earphones. If you live by yourself, have it. Anyway, this video, as the title says, is exactly how the gym and working out can improve your sex life tenfold. So, some no-brainers. So there's some no-brainers here, like having increased confidence. I mean, you built a nice body and you're proud of that, and you built it with hard work, dedication, and discipline. So you're going to be more confident. You're going to be happy with what you're seeing in the mirror, happy with the way your body looks. So you're naturally going to have more confidence, which will make you more attractive. And I don't mean like slightly more attractive. This shit like literally would take you from an adjustable 7 or like an adjustable 6, having the confidence, just having confidence, even if it's not from the gym, just having confidence can literally take you from like an adjustable fucking 7 to at least a 9.5, to like a 9.5 or an 8.5 at the least, man. That can boost you up. It can honestly even take you to a 10 for some girls or guys if that's what you're into. Because look, we don't discriminate on this channel. You're going to also have increased stamina and mobility. So working out for like 30 minutes a day, even if it's like 3 days a week, and especially if you're doing calisthenics and you're stretching a lot, you're going to have more mobility to do different positions. So you'll have more mobility to really like penetrate deeper whenever you're in it from the back in like the doggy style position. You'll also have more stamina to go for longer periods without having to like cool down, because some people, believe it or not, have to cool down in the middle of sex, like because like yeah, it takes a lot of energy, and you can sweat a lot doing this. You can sweat a lot when you're doing it with someone who like you're really having a good time with, especially if it's like really intense and rough. You're going to want to have the stamina to power through that though, because you don't want to be huffing and puffing halfway through to where you have to take a break and you feel like you're going to pass out or you're going to throw up. And you also don't want that to happen towards the end of it. So with that increased mobility and stamina, you'll also be able to change up positions more. You'll be able to try different positions more. So you won't be able to, so you won't just be limited to like certain positions, because trying different things might put a strain on your body or might hurt your body, or you're not flexible enough to try that position. Like, no, you can actually do that, because let's say you're doing calisthenics and I mean, stretching is kind of inherently involved in calisthenics. I can't even say like if you're doing calisthenics and stretching is kind of inherently involved in calisthenics. And I'll do a different video on that. But you're doing calisthenics, you're going to have much more mobility than someone who doesn't work out at all. More mobility than someone who just sticks to just the weights. Why? Because you're used to literally working with your body. That's literally what calisthenics is. It's working with your body. It's pure body weight, and you're working with your body. You're training your body to do certain things that like it's not necessarily not supposed to do, but that you just wouldn't be able to know how to do, that actually takes some training and practice and strength building. So then boom, 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 you end up in a girl's bedroom, or she ends up in your bedroom, in a car, or wherever this is happening at. You've got more options laid out on what you can do with this girl or this guy. You've got more options laid out. But think about that. Like, seriously, think about that. Think about how much that's gonna make you stand out. Like, you're doing, let's say you're into one night stands. You're doing one night stands. Hey, more power to you. Personally, not my thing anymore, but let's say that's what you do. You do one night stands. Who do you think's gonna stand out more to a girl? You, who has the ability to shift through different positions and try different positions and perform for long periods of time without feeling like you're gonna pass out or without gasping for air, or the dude she hooked up with like 3 months ago, who couldn't do that and who had to tap out halfway through because he's not in shape. And this doesn't mean the guy's fat. You can be skinny as hell and out of shape and panting and gasping for air halfway through a little sex session. The increased testosterone that comes from exercise, especially if you're working out your legs, this is what I'm saying, That's why I be saying, bro, work out them legs. Don't skip leg day because your T levels increase from working out in general, but they increase even more when you train your legs. So yes, train the hell out of your legs because look, that testosterone boost that increases your sex drive, libido, whatever you want to call it. But with that higher testosterone, you're gonna have like much more powerful and prolonged erections. Naturally, you weren't gonna need a pill. You weren't gonna need a fucking honey pack, which I don't know why niggas be like 24 taking those fucking honey packs or 18 taking those fucking honey packs when you could literally just do this. You can literally just go to the gym and literally just train your legs and you will have such high enough testosterone levels where you wouldn't even look in the direction or entertain the thought of a fucking honey pack because your testosterone levels are naturally high enough to where you're just ready and it lasts. Like it doesn't go soft like halfway through or it doesn't go soft like you be an average fucking guy, average healthy guy with no family history of anything like that. You literally just work out, eat well, and especially train the fuck out of your legs. You're gonna have more than enough testosterone to have powerful ass, long lasting erections to where you don't even have to look in the direction or entertain the thought of buying Blue Chew or a honey pack or any of these fucking like products that literally have like drugs in them that are meant to give you an erection but come with like terrible fucking side effects like increased heart rate so much so to the point where you could fuck around and have a heart attack if your body doesn't respond to it well. Like dependencies can be built up. You can build a dependency on some of these drugs. Look, you can do it in a much more natural fucking way. And I just laid it out there for you. But lastly, increased sex appeal. Being ripped does turn a lot of women on. Plain and simple. It's just true. It turns a lot of women on. It's not every girl's cup of tea. Some girls just don't care. Some girls like skinny dudes. Some girls like fat dudes. But for the most part, it turns a lot of women on. And the ones who are already highly interested in you will feel this even more. For the same reason you like seeing your body, the physique that you worked for in the mirror, because it looks good. It's something you're proud of. She's seeing something that she likes, and she might already find you attractive, but seeing that you've got a nice body that you've worked hard for, you work hard to maintain, and you got there through hard work, dedication, and discipline, that's a massive turn on for some women. Massive turn on. It's more than just the aesthetics. It's what it took for you to get there and what it takes for you to maintain that. There's some women that think about this stuff, bro. They be thinking about this. They be thinking about the fact that like, and it sounds weird to say that. It does sound weird. You might be thinking, oh, some girls thinking, oh, wow, look at that physique. He was so disciplined and building that, so dedicated. No, seriously, they may not think about it that way in that sense, but they might see it as okay. This is a guy who can commit to some shit, who can put his mind to some shit and get some shit done. I like that. On top of that, he looks good, and I already think he's cute. And again, like I said, not every girl's gonna be into this. Not every girl's gonna be into that. Some girls just won't give a fuck, and that's okay. That is oh fucking K. Because at the end of the day, you shouldn't be doing this. Sole purpose of training shouldn't be to get more attention from women anyway. But next up, I'm going to give y'all 3 simple exercises that you can do that can enhance your performance. First things first, hip thrusts. I think it's pretty self-explanatory, but this does build thrust and power. And you can do this with a dumbbell, which the way you can do this with the dumbbell, literally take the dumbbell and kind of hold it like you would if you were doing like goblet squats with the dumbbell, but put it like right on your pelvis and position yourself like your hips kind of halfway, your hips on the laying with your hips laying on the with your hips laying on the bench, like kind of halfway off a little bit, and then thrust up. You should be able to thrust up whenever you're doing that. Another way you can do this is with the barbell. Personally, that's my favorite way of doing this. This also builds your glutes too. The more than just building thrusting power, it targets the shit out of your legs. It targets the shit out of your legs and your glutes. My favorite way of doing it is with the barbell. Same position. You kind of lay halfway on off a bench with your hip, giving your hips some room to where they can move. If I had a video, I would throw a demo up, but it'll be a separate video another day where I show y'all all these like in demos. But nevertheless, it's my favorite way of doing it. Lay in the same position, put the barbell on your pelvis, thrust up. And then you can also do this with the kettlebell. Next up, squats. But when you do squats, you want to squat as deeply as possible. Why? Because when you do squats as deeply as possible, for one, you're activating the shit out of your glutes and your quads. Secondly, this allows you to penetrate much deeper into your partner. And let me tell you this, women will remember that. So do yourself a favor and do some squats. And lastly, crunches for core strength. This builds not only endurance and gets you a nice little six pack, it also allows you to perform a lot longer without getting exhausted or cramping. Because see, that's a factor that I forgot to bring up earlier. That if you're out of shape, there's a higher chance that you'll not only get exhausted like at some point through, you could cramp, and that could impact your performance. Like you think if your abdominal area starts cramping mid-sesh that you're gonna just keep going to town and just keep getting it. No, you're gonna be that pain is gonna make it awkward and it's gonna impact your performance. Whereas if you got some core strength built up and endurance built up, you'll be able to perform for a lot longer. And again, more mobility. So you're able to do more. You're able to flex yourself more. And look, this is bro science. Full disclosure, this part right here is fucking bro science. Not backed by shit. At least to my knowledge. Not backed by shit. Just my hypothesis. But this is part of the reason why women who are attracted to abs and a nice six pack are attracted to that, because that's a sign. It's a sign of this. It's a sign that you can perform well and you can perform for a long period of time without getting exhausted or without cramping or without complaining. If you are a grown ass man, as a grown ass man, you what, 18, 19, early 20s, you should understand that women are just as fucking just as much of fucking horn dogs as guys are. Just as much of fucking horn dogs as guys are. So you might be hearing me say, oh, a woman will see you with a nice six pack and instantly think, oh wow, he can last really long during sex. Or like he can perform really well during sex. You might think that's ridiculous. That some women may think that, but it's not as ridiculous as you think. It's not. If you I'm gonna just tell you, just get out there and get to experiencing. Get out there and get to experiencing, because you will see what I'm talking about when I say that women are just as much of fucking horn dogs as us guys are. Just as much. But look, this is where I'm gonna end this video off, because I feel like I've given the tips that I need to give in this. Hit the thumbs up if this video helped you. Subscribe if you're new, and hit the bell so you make sure you never miss a video, because sometimes I have irregular weeks like this. Like, I know I'm going to have to post this video late for sure, because it's a regular week and I've got a lot of shit happening outside of here. It's getting in the way of me getting things posted on my regularly scheduled days, which are Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So that's why I say turn on the bell so you make sure you never miss a video. First link in the description is a course that I have that is specifically geared for skinny guys who want to build a nice body. I take you through exactly how I got started and exactly what I did and exactly what worked for me. And I'm guaranteeing you that within a 3-month time frame, no, you aren't going to look like an Olympic bodybuilder, but you are going to see some results that you are happy to see. So long as you do the things right. So long as you do the things right, you are going to see some results that you are fucking happy to see. But I'll see you on the next video. Go do something positive for somebody out there in the world. Enough negativity out here. I'll see y'all. Deuces.